All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. I want to talk today about some developments. I was going to come on and talk about this Newark Liberty International Airport that keeps getting in the news. And then as I was researching and putting the information on that, basically the spokesman for the Pakistani army came out and said that we are officially at war with India. So we're going to start with the air traffic control thing, and then I'm going to take you through what's going on between India and Pakistan up to the last moment. So strap in, lock in, here we go. Newark Liberty International Airport. If you remember the last couple weeks, since late April, there's been really major problems going on with their air traffic control. They are understaffed, they are overworked, major problems going on. But the main thing is that they keep experiencing these outages and planes are flying blind. Now, I don't have to remind you of the Black Hawk helicopter that hit the plane in January over at in D.C., but this is heavily traveled air, and not having a air traffic control that can handle it is going to be a problem. So they keep having these outages. Okay, so the last one last night, well, there's one last Friday night, and then another one happened last night at 3:55 a.m., and it happened for about 90 seconds. So this keeps happening. It's the day after the Trump administration announced plans to overhaul aging air traffic control technology, and I'd say we're there. So thankfully nothing has happened, but if you're flying in and out of Newark Liberty International Airport, you might want to second guess or change your flight, because if this keeps happening, they don't get this under control, this is going to turn into something major. All right, now on to the bigger news. And as I put today on the earlier video, the hits are just going to keep coming, folks. If you're not planning, prepping, and getting yourself worked up and ready for major problems going on, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this is not normal, and I'm a history teacher by trade. So I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of things going on. If you're a hard ass and you're just the greatest things in slice prepping and you got this, man, go for it. Enjoy. Sit back. You do you. But the rest of us, well, we should probably keep doing whatever we can to, at the very minimum, mitigate any kind of price explosion that's going on. Does seem to be a turn in the trade thing with Trump, but we'll see. And I can tell you right now, if you go to the American stores, there's a lot of stuff that isn't there. There's a lot of shortages that are showing. There's a lot of problems with their food and everything else. So Pakistan versus India. It is official. An army spokesperson said we are at war with India. This is the latest. Pakistan and Turkish drones attacked India on the intervening night of May 8th into 9th, according to an Indian Army spokesperson. Indian Army spokesperson said that 300 to 400 drones were fired from Pakistan towards various locations in India on the intervening night of May 8th to 9th. India attacked 4 places in Pakistan yesterday night, Indian Foreign Secretary has stated. Pakistan released visuals from its F-16 fighter jets tracking Indian drones in yesterday morning's attack. More than 100 aircraft clashed in the early hours of May 7th, Pakistani Air Force has stated. Explosions and blackouts have been happening in Jammu, India, and they are happening again as we speak. Indian air defenses have been engaging Pakistani drones off and on over the last 48 hours. Very likely probing attacks are going on by Pakistan right now, trying to figure out what they can get away with and what kind of air defenses the Indians are using. Reports of civilian houses being hit in Firozpur, Punjab province. Pakistani drones are to blame. ANI confirms Pakistani drone hit the residential building in Firozpur, Punjab. 10 explosions were heard near Srinagar Airport. Sirens have been blaring across the city. Multiple visuals of blackout and people putting out fires and stuff and trying their best to handle this onslaught of Pakistani drones. Indian frontline sources have confirmed the explosions near the Srinagar airport, Jammu region of India. It is unconfirmed, however, if it was from interceptions or just impacts. So they don't know if this is air defense. They don't know if these are actually making strikes on the ground. I can tell you right now, there is fire on the ground. That is in videos. Massive Indian air defense operations are underway, indicating that an alleged Pakistani drone attack may be significant in scale. It's the more I go into this, the more I find it, and I'm going to multiple places, okay? Places I go to are Aquila, who is probably the best for vetting. I go to Middle East Spectator, and I go to Warfront Witness, okay? These are three very different channels, one American, one Middle Eastern, and another, I believe, from Israel. So getting multiple different views on this so we get a true good story from places that vet things very well. Now the question is what to expect ahead, okay? It seems that Pakistan is running an intensified reconnaissance mission, which is why they're using probing attacks of the drones and stuff to kind of get some kind of a figuring out of what they're dealing with. What kind of air defenses does India have, and what kind of resistance, or at least hindrance to any kind of drone aircraft attack they might try to push. Reconnaissance aircrafts are going along the line of control in the international border. It's also very likely that China and Turkey are feeding Pakistan intelligence, and this is where we get into the whole global war thing. India is preparing for the possibility of an overpowered strike from Pakistan, which includes the launch of drones, ballistic, and cruisers all at once in an attempt to overwhelm India's air defenses. This is why they're doing mock drills, and they're using similar tactics to what Russia does in Ukraine. If there's one thing you can say about that war in the SMO in Eastern Europe, is it has taught a lot of modern military a lot of lessons on how to do things in the modern day. India is most likely going to attempt to preemptively subdue the Pakistani air defenses, and they're going to try to counter simultaneously when Pakistan retaliates. Of course, we have the dogfight between 120, it is now estimated, somewhere between 80 and 120 aircraft between India and Pakistan, all on their international border, with the Indians staying on their side and the aircraft of the Pakistanis staying on their side, sometimes shooting from 160 kilometers away from each other. Anybody going, oh, this is just going to go away? No. This is intensifying. This is intensifying, and you should watch this very closely because these are both nuclear powers. I'm not saying we're going to get nuked. I'm not saying you're going to, get all hyperbolic and the Pakistani sniffers are up or anything like that. What I'm telling you is that you better get your butt prepared and get ready, because this could affect all kinds of things, specifically things that have to do with what goes into your gas tank if this spreads. And if it is true that it's Turkey and China helping Pakistan, that brings in a global conflict kind of flavor, and that's a whole other thing. As I said in the earlier video, folks, it is getting more spread across the world, and you need to act accordingly. What's the worst thing that happens? Oh my God, you got extra food and you got to eat it. So what? If things really go sideways, you're going to want to be prepped. Thanks for being here, folks. Hit the links in the description. God bless you all. We're going to put this out. We'll be doing another live stream tonight, and we'll see you on the next one.